Okay, here I am, all loaded up, heading up to the Blackthorn Resort in East Durham, New York, to meet up with Roy and Dale, co-founders of Catskill Mountain Thunder. Gonna get a little background history on the event and how it started out and what made the boys fall in love with motorcycles to begin with. Peace. All right, listen up, everybody. Here you go. You got JoJo. Like I told you, I'm coming up and interviewing Roy Handel and Dale Handel from Catskill Mountain Thunder. Want to get a little background, guys, on how this all started. I know you guys were, on the horse farm, growing up and everything, and what this has turned into 20-something years later. A lot of fans, a lot of friends, actually friends who are family. Hopefully, I'm one. Dale, how did it all start out? Where did the first itch come from riding a motorcycle?
Probably from when we were kids.
Yeah, we always had dirt bikes.
My brother had a Harley 90, and he'd make me hold the spark plug to see if it worked.
That explains a lot. That
He'd go to
explains
kick
a
it
lot.
over and it'd slap me
He
to the
always fell
ground.
for that.
So what'd you do? What'd you have? I heard you used to ride a lot and break them, and Roy used to fix
that was our deal. I would ride it and break it. There's a 6-year difference between Roy and I, and Roy was always mechanical, and I was more the carpenter. And so whenever we had snowmobiles or motorcycles or whatever we had, he would always fix it when I broke it.
50-50 partnership.
Yeah.
It started out as a small venue, right? Only
Yeah,
a couple hundred people.
showed up. Yeah.
We had a promoter that actually approached us, and he did a small motorcycle event. He had told people, vendors and whatnot, that it was going to be huge, like 10,000 people at it, and it was just a couple hundred people. And he did it 1 year when we first bought the hotel, and when he approached us, we love motorcycles and always have had that interest. So we said, well, would you mind us taking it over? Because he didn't make the money. He pissed off a lot of vendors. He didn't want to do it no more, so Roy and I started it, and our family did it, and we were happy about it, and because it brought us into the whole motorcycle world.
Nice, and I know what it's become, up to now, to this year. But with all the good, there was a little bit of bad. So you guys had bad luck on a fire with the resort.
Yeah.
Actually, at Catskill Mountain Thunder, a lot of you people might have been at this event, and really could see what these guys lost, and then to turn around, like they say in show business, the show must go on. So who made that call? Because you guys really had to be at a real toss at that point, losing everything and having to rebuild.
I had given up. I wanted to crawl in a hole and die. And it was, all of our beer had burnt, our liquor room, every bit of liquor burnt.
50 cases of Jack Daniels.
50 cases of Jack
Powerful.
Daniels. There was the
got it
prettiest
delivered.
blue flame out of the building where that 50 cases of Jack Daniels was. And, you know.
So it was pure.
Oh my God, it burnt good, you know, and it had all burnt, and it was 2:00 in the afternoon on a Saturday of Catskill Mountain Thunder, and my brother, he said, well, you know, we got to get beer here, Dale. We can't let this thing stop. People think that we're done and over. And I'm like, what are you talking about, Roy? There's nothing.
done and over.
We are done and over. What are you talking about? We can't get this thing on its feet. And he's like, we'll figure it out. We'll get it on its feet. Don't let it stop.
Now, who was on stage that year?
That was 38 Special.
38
and the
Special. And
coolest band that we have ever dealt with. Of national acts, that was the very coolest band. Donnie Van Zant had me come to their bus, brought us on the bus and said to us, what do you guys want to do? And my brother and I said, well, you know, all of our money, everything we have just burnt in that building. We don't have anything. We had a deposit with them, and we said, we don't know when we'll be able to pay you back. And they said, well, don't worry about that. If you want us to play, we'll play. So we
That's
were like,
phenomenal.
yeah,
And
we
he
want
said, pay us back when you can.
when you can, pay us back. And
Wow,
that's what they
38
did.
Special,
38
right?
Special was very cool.
that's sweet.
Yeah, yeah. So
Definitely sweet.
that's what we did, you know, and I called one of my beer salesmen that was on vacation in Florida, and he was on the beach, and he said, what's going on? And I told him, and he said, well, I can get an A&P truck here with beer. So a tractor trailer pulled in the back in front of 38 Special. We unloaded beer, and the bartenders just walked around the stack of cases, and we just served beer right out of our pockets, you know. And that's how it happened, you know. And then the next year we had 38 Special again, and you know. But that was my brother's goal. And I can't tell you how many people say, you guys never even dropped the ball. You just kept right on going.
And I know how hard it is for you to give Roy credit.
I'm trying to help him now because I know he doesn't like to talk.
All right, so now after the fire, now we're going to move forward a little bit. Obviously, when you guys bought the Blackthorn Resort here, where Catskill Mountain Thunder is, you know, it was the resort. You had to rebuild. Now you got a new building, and the idea comes up for campsites, right? So now you got a couple people here who want to sit and, you know, hang out and just say. I think they asked you, you know, about if they could bring up a camper to stay instead of one of the rooms. So that turned into, you know, a big thing for the resort, and how you guys worked off of that idea to build up like the family that we have here now. I think we have, I mean, there's well over 300 campsites, full-time campsites, and then transient campsites. How many you got?
I got a couple hundred of those.
A couple hundred transient campsites, which you can tell during Catskill Mountain Thunder. So basically, you have water, electric to all of them, right?
Water, electric, and waste.
You have a pump-out truck here on the property, so that's pretty good, you know, for everybody to come and be comfortable. Definitely a family event, Catskill Mountain Thunder, you know, for a motorcycle festival. Just the people involved and the people who help out. A little bit later on, I'm going to talk to Billy Bulkey. I'm going to talk to Jeremy Yule, just about how they're involved. And Jeremy and Billy have actually been friends of your guys for a real long time.
Jeremy was from the start really here.
Yep. So, where am I? Somewhere out here?
Blackthorn.
Yeah. I heard a beep. I didn't know what battery was going or something. Okay, so
I think that was a cash register.
was it the cash
Yeah.
register? Oh, you would know.
That's a good sign.
You would know.
That's like music to my ears.
That's in Dale's top 10.
Are we going to Daytona this year, Joe?
Who said that? I heard that somewhere
Are we
before.
going to Daytona?
But we're gonna go to Daytona. We're gonna load up with all the boys, and we're gonna head down. When we leaving? We're leaving pretty soon. February
coming up.
27th, I think. We're gonna take off and slow ride down and visit some friends and family all down the East Coast. But that is a phenomenal time. I don't even know how many units. I think we started out only a couple
gosh.
units going, and now this year I think we're up to 12 or 14 units. And it's going to be a good time. And what it is, it's friends and family from the Blackthorn Resort. It's from Catskill Mountain Thunder. Pretty much our big extended circle. What else? What else you got?
Roy's got stories he can
Roy's
tell.
got plenty of
Roy
stories.
loves telling stories. You know,
He is.
very
He's such a
talkative on
storyteller.
Facebook and on our videos. You know.
We leave
Hey,
the
Roy.
stories to Bill.
How did the aerial burnout start?
Yeah, let's talk about the aerial burnout.
How did we come up with that idea?
Well, we did these, but we still do
no,
these.
no. Tell the first one, the flood.
What?
The flood.
Oh, okay. Well, right before Catskill Mountain
Not,
Thunder,
not the past, but this was years ago. The
Yeah.
flood, right?
the bar flooded out.
And we had parquet tile flooring in
It
here,
was like a foot of water.
and the
in here.
the floor was shot. We had to replace the whole floor.
So we did drive through the bar, and the bikes would drive through the front door and out
The
the
guy
back.
says to Roy, he says, "Hey, I got to help him here because he's
Go
a
ahead.
terrible
Go
storyteller."
Take it away.
Guy says, "Listen," he says, "do you mind if I bring the bike in the bar and do a burnout?" And Roy's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead. No problem. Don't worry. Take it from there, brother. I'll help you along the way."
So we did the burnout on the hardwood floor, and those parquet tiles were shooting across the room like frisbees against the wall. Everybody had a duck. That wasn't safe. So we came up with the idea about building a lift. We built a lift that lifted the bike up in the back, and then go ahead.
I'm going to help my brother here because here's what happened. So they did the burnout in the bar, but it smoked out the whole bar. Nobody could drink. It just, people were choking and coughing, and it wasn't so cool. It was cool in that we liked it, and people liked to burn out.
We weren't hearing that register
we
sound.
weren't hearing that register sound, you know? That was terrible. So we decided to do it in the beer garden. So we did it in the beer garden, but the same thing. The people at the bar in the beer garden wouldn't drink. So, you know, because they were choking and they would walk away, and we're like, how do we get this burnout without the smoke and the, like, people choking? So we thought, Mel, maybe we make a case to put a case over them and suck the smoke away. And we're like, well, that's not so practical. And
It's not cool.
So my brother and I were working up in Albany. We were at an auction up there, and happened to be using a scissor lift to take speakers out of Armory Garage. And we were thinking, you know, if you could get a scissor lift, rent a scissor lift and ride a bike up on that. But then as we were working on the scissor lift, they're not very stable. Like to bring a bike up on one might not have been a good idea. So my brother came up with the idea of taking an auto stacker and transforming it. So Roy cut it all up and he welded it up, and we had these trussing and lighting, and we came up with the idea of building
Tell them about the
an
plaque.
aerial burnout lift, right? So the plaque was my idea.
Yeah.
I've heard
take
this
that.
argument before.
So I said to my brother, I said, well, you know, like a plank of wood or something where they actually burn out, not on the metal, you know, where it would ruin the tires. So I came up with a wheel chock and a plank with our logo on it, and they burn out on that plank and they get that for a souvenir. And that was part of the whole thing of, you know, an aerial burnout lift. My brother and I even patented the idea, thinking one day maybe we'll take it on the road and we'll go to Daytona and places like that, and it'll get us where we can go to other bike events, you know. Now we just go and ride with you, Joe.
Too lazy for that.
We do ride. We did 1,400 miles last year,
Yeah,
right, down
yep.
at Daytona.
Yeah.
That was definitely a good time.
So that's the story of the aerial burnout lift. And now it goes up in the air and they do their burnout, and we have all sorts of lighting on it, and the smoke just dissipates into the sky, and everyone watches it.
Flamethrowers, yeah.
1,000 people there
Yeah,
cheering.
yeah, and whoever, and
when
we
they stall,
even
they woo.
elaborated. We got flamethrowers that throw 20-foot flames in the sky, and it's pretty cool. All right.
So what do you suggest for somebody who hasn't been to Catskill Mountain Thunder?
Oh my God, you're
And
missing out. It's the greatest time ever.
What are you figuring? Just, you know, follow the pages, check out Catskill Mountain Thunder on Facebook, Instagram.
Get on your bike and ride up here and
Yes,
join
definitely.
us.
Get it. And it, even for a day trip, it doesn't have to be Catskill Mountain Thunder. You come up to the Blackthorn Resort, just look it up, East Durham, New York. Come and see Roy and Dale. They're pretty much always here, always around. Yeah, if you got any questions, I'll be sure to help you guys out.
Yeah.
Right.
Friend request us on Facebook or wherever you're at. We all, if you see in Joe's videos, like them so that more of them get seen, and you know, you'll see us in and out. Joe goes everywhere. He does everything.
I try.
Yeah.
I try very much. You know, and Roy here, he's a social butterfly, so he's always willing to say hello and you know, share some spirits with others.
Roy's the introvert of the family of having guests.
All right, so listen up. Like we said, follow Catskill Mountain Thunder on Facebook and Instagram. I'm JoJo the Mayor. You can follow me on YouTube. We're going to take a little break. We're going to be back. I'm going to be talking to Billy Bulkey and Jeremy Yule. We got Jeremy Yule is from Metal Arts by Jinx. He is one of the vendors here. Actually, you know what? Let's talk about them vendors a little bit. You guys have vendors who've been here with Catskill Mountain Thunder for a long time, right?
Some from the beginning.
Bill's Trailer Sales.
Bill's Trailer Sales. He's
23
been here
years now?
forever.
23 years from the very first one.
He's got some setup. when
Yeah,
he comes in.
Bill's awesome. Yeah, yeah.
Definitely. We always hear Jerky Hut, right?
Yeah.
Patch Lady. I
Yeah.
mean, there's just so many people that come and share in this
One of
event.
the vendors retired and lives here now.
Yeah, Russ.
Nice, yeah, Russ, yeah.
Salem.
He's great. He goes down to Daytona with us. And let me tell you something. That old boy could ride. He could outride some of the young guns, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You know, he don't realize when he almost gets hit by other cars, but you know, he's always willing to go and always makes it back. All right.
This year more than ever, it's important to support the vendors. They took a total hit last year.
Yeah, everybody
vendors-
took a hit this year.
They were out of business.
They were
all year.
totally out of business the entire season last year. So, whenever you're at an event, think about them vendors. They buy a little something from them.
Absolutely. All right, guys. So listen, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with the big man Billy Bulkey and Jeremy Yule. We're going to get into some vendors here at Catskill Mountain Thunder and continue the story. Peace. All right, guys. Welcome back. I'm here with Jeremy Yule from Metal Arts by Jinx and Billy Bulkey here. Helping out with the rodeo games, and he's got a little adventure going on himself. But Jeremy, now we're coming back to like the history of everything and how Catskill Mountain Thunder started. And I know that you've been a friend of the Handles for a long time. You guys grew up on the mountain in Cornwallville all together, right?
Yeah, we grew up. I've known the Handle family my whole life.
Nice. So now, originally you started helping out with Catskill Mountain Thunder. What were you doing? MCing?
I was emceeing. They had guys come in to help with doing the whole bike rally when it started, one of the first years, and I was attending. And Dale's like, we have no one to MC. I'm not getting up there. Roy's like, I'm not getting up there. So I'm like, sure, I'll take over the mic. And
Roy not being sociable on a microphone?
no.
Shocker.
Big surprise.
So from there, like,
The storyteller.
yeah, from the first year on till I think I was involved for the first 12 years of doing Catskill Mountain Thunder, all the games and announcing.
So now you moved from MCing, and we know you handed that off to Mikey Bennett, who, by hands down,
voice.
is the
He,
voice.
he was the
He's
first one I could think of to take
Yeah,
over because
definitely.
unfortunately with my job I couldn't.
And he had a background too. He was big in Rendezvous and stuff, right?
Yeah,
Ham Jam.
Ham Jam. Yeah. So so he came in. You handed that off to him, and he's still here. My brother Mikey, phenomenal. The voice of Catskill Mountain Thunder.
Love you, Mikey.
Mikey, you all right? I wish you were here today, buddy. But all right. So now after handing off, the MCing and everything, I mean, you've always been a big part and all, but you went off on your own and started Metal Art by Jinx, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the stuff you make out of it's like unbelievable. I know you set up a booth here every year and everything for Catskill Mountain Thunder.
Thank you. Yeah, I do all kinds of metal art from the little roses people buy for Valentine's Day, Christmas, whatever. Now I'm getting into much larger scale stuff. I'm doing a life-size bear, a whole lot of gears and chain and stuff.
Vehicle, custom stuff
yeah,
for
custom
vehicles,
stuff.
homes. This guy's on top of it. Real artist.
So that's taken off. And with that, I'm a vendor here at Catskill Mountain Thunder, and also we also do the bike build. I'm with CS Customs, and Billy's brother is also involved in that.
Definitely built some sick shit last year. It was quite the show. Year before, excuse me. We lost last year to the COVID, of course.
Yeah, the bike builders are a big part of Catskill Mountain Thunder. Everything from our regulars in our group, Ron Finch, who comes in, who's a legend. Following him, Easy Rider's been here. I've had them on the back of my motorcycle, facing the other way, of course.
Awesome,
So
yeah.
everything was okay. But taking pictures of all the rides that we go on. But now, we're with Metal Art by Jinx. Where can you had Instagram, you had a website.
Instagram, website, Facebook, it's all under Metal Art by Jinx. You can follow my story too.
Can't hide.
I've been all over the country with his great Sturgis. This year, Daytona. We going to Daytona, Joe?
I think so. I think somebody says. I think Dale said something about us going to
Definitely
Daytona.
gonna see us in Daytona.
This year at Daytona, I was going to set up, but it's the 80th anniversary. I'm like, I'm not going to set up. I'm going to enjoy myself.
Gotta have
That's
fun.
right.
With the
Gotta
rest
have
of
fun.
Catskill Mountain Thunder family. the
We got a lot of
Blackburn
inner
family.
circle going to Daytona. We're gonna be.
yeah.
We're staying at the
the
Cockleberry
whole
campground. Come by
bandwagon
and see
going.
us. We even got Mr. Ron Jones staying with us. We might have a pop-up musical event happening for sure. So now, like you see the whole like family style thing that goes on here at this motorcycle festival. What do you got for anybody? Tell them.
Well, like I said, I go over the country to different motorcycle events, from the hardcore, typical, 30 biker parties to Sturgis, Daytona, Myrtle Beach. And Catskill Mountain Thunder is more of a family. It's everybody knows everybody. And if it's your first year coming here, within a few hours, you'll just be welcome. You'll see the whole family part of it. It's such an experience. I can't even really explain it.
Definitely without a doubt. You got to come see it for yourself. So listen, go on, look up Metal Art by Jinx. This is my boy Jeremy. I've been a long time friend here, especially with the Handle family. Really has a lot of, background on CMT. So now I want to turn over
Talented guy.
to my deer in the headlights over here, Billy Bolton. My man.
You want me to
If
say,
you've been here
Jojo?
before, you've seen Billy. All right.
The Catskill Mountain Kid, right?
So now, here at Catskill Mountain Thunder, I mean, besides stunt jumpers, all our vendors in the fields that we talked about, Bill's trailer sales, and the Jerky Hut, and the Patch Lady, and amongst many of our vendors. I mean, please excuse me if I'm leaving anybody out, but also in the field, we hold the rodeo games. When we come back for our CMT ride out in the field, the rodeo games are set up, and Mikey, the voice of Catskill Mountain Thunder, and Dick Cartier, who you might know from Laconia up in New Hampshire, they come down along with Dan DeSorbo, Corey. I mean, it's a whole crew. It's a big family that comes together here. All other motorcycle events come and get involved with
Area
this.
61's a big building.
Area 61,
They
yeah,
get into the
absolutely,
building
without a
They're
doubt.
part of the family.
Yeah, Big Bulk Customs, Billy's brother. Jeremy,
Bolton.
like you said, he's in here. So, I mean, besides being involved in everything, Dawn and Billy have got involved in helping out with the rodeo games, which Mikey and Dick Cartier run along with the bike show, with the biker build-off and everything. So, Billy, I mean, you've been involved in this family and been around here since you were a kid running these grounds, man. You got,
Absolutely. Started hanging out here when I was underage. Been here, 20-something years later. Still rocking. Some of the only people that ever let me rock was the Handle boys. They say it's good for business, and I
you say you've been
appreciate
banned
it.
from other areas?
No.
Oh.
Nobody ever kicks me out.
Nobody puts Billy in a corner.
But yeah, we're getting into these rodeo games with these guys. We love it. It's so much fun.
Now, I've gotten more into it. Usually I'm running around trying to help out, doing other things, but I've gotten, to where I've done like the rodeo games with Billy and Dawn running. I got my wife on there and she's, rolling around me. Let me tell you, it's a lot of fun. Don't feel intimidated.
It's
You know
one
what
of
I
the
mean?
most old school biker things you can do is get involved in the biker games.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's really not anything too crazy. Once you see it, you're going to want to do it.
All right, guys. So listen, what we want you to do is, man, reach out, look at Facebook, Instagram, follow Metal Arts by Jinx, follow Catskill Mountain Thunder Motorcycle Festival. Reach out, and tag, say hi, comment. Feel free. I mean, this is a big family. Everybody talks and goes back and forth all year long.
all fun.
It's not just a September event. It's an all-year event up here at the Blackthorn Resort in East Orem, New York. I want to thank you guys for watching. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and follow JoJo the Mayor on YouTube. Peace.